The top seeds are dominating the second round of the Roxy Pro. Sally Fitzgibbons now has to try and keep that trend alive to get off to a great start here. Here we go, some movement out the back. Bronte Macaulay takes off and drives up into this first section. Gets a lot of speed out of that first move and looks to unload it here on the open face. Clean carve. These waves are starting to steepen up. And these women are excited to get amongst it. Here we go, Bronte now. Really stringing together some nice maneuvers on this wave. Would love the opportunity to get a big finishing move. But this wave is just a little bit of a foam monster on the inside, so she kicks out, but a good start to the heat.
Pretty rad way to, you know, show some commitment right there. I mean, she was completely underneath the deck of her board, so that was an awesome turn to start with. I like her style too, Ronnie. Pretty cool. You know, she's got, again, that front arm, very unique. She kind of holds it like she has a slight kink in her elbow. It's almost as if she's a waiter holding a towel. But it looks awesome. I think it looks really cool. Unfortunately for her, Bronte, this wave totally sizzled. So she was on her way to a big score, but that's all she wrote.
Watching a lot of surfing events still to this day. So has a really keen eye on all the little details and all the strategic game plans that play out. Here we go. This is Sally Fitzgibbons, her first ride in this round 2 heat. Bronte's first wave at 6.17, so she gets the better of Sally on the opening exchange. I think you made a great point early on. You said that when the waves really start to flatten out, there's a bit of a disadvantage for the goofy footers, in your opinion. The waves are starting to steepen up. Bronte has put a 6.17 on the board from her first wave.
I liked it. She connected the dots nicely. Pretty much that opening turn really got the judges' attention. She just got a little unlucky that wave fizzled, but you know, this heat feels like it really hasn't found its gravity yet. We have a lot to unfold here.
Out there with priority, Bronte Macaulay is going to swing. Look at this wall just standing up for her. Another beautiful floating re-entry. Great timing, placing her board beautifully into the lip, getting some projection down the line. And again, drives around the section. Just a clean snap, not overcommitting there, wants to stay in front of it. And finds a bit of a steeper wall to work with this time. And still bashing away on the inside, not finished with this one just yet. A solid second ride for Bronte. Great wave selection. Used her priority well. And snatched a better wave from Sally Fitzgibbons in the opening exchange.
So I think that's going to be the bulk of the score, Ronnie.
Well, she's going to cruise out around the priority buoy on the back of the ski there. But I love those projection floaters rolls. So much speed generated.
It's cool how she gets super low to the deck of her board too. Just a little different. Again, kind of reminds me of Aki, you know, a very stylish way to kind of click your board onto that lip line and float. As you said, project down the line. These waves are tricky. It's so easy to either get in front of it or behind it. It's hard to be right in that magic spot. And even though the second half of that wave, she didn't really get those big, strong maneuvers, you know, it's going to be better than her 6, I believe.
Well, she is just buzzing past Rosie Hodge out there at the moment. And Rosie, conditions look to be improving. And our surfers are racking up some big turns on the outside now.
Exactly. Sally Fitzgibbons up and riding at the moment. This is her second wave, or third wave, I should say, as she just starts attacking. She knows she has her work cut out for her. Young Bronte Macaulay has just had an absolute bomb, but Sally seamlessly throwing those bottom turn, top turn combinations in. It's a medium-sized wave, but it definitely seems like someone has plugged the machine back in and flicked the switch on, and Sally Fitzgibbons is just really enjoying her time out here. Bronte Macaulay obviously is such a great competitor. She missed out on qualification by the skin of her teeth last year, so she's hungry to, you know, put her name in the hat and put up a challenge to these ladies.
Bronte's not wasting that opportunity, and I'm sure Lakey would be happy to see that.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's just paying respect. But as you mentioned, she's going to take full opportunity as we see Sally linking these maneuvers together. A couple of projection type turns just to get down the line. That wave never really let her get all the way out into the open wall until there. And then she ripped into a smooth cutback, just a slight bobble. But nonetheless, you know, again, this is gonna. It feels like to me a medium-sized score.
Sally's lost some of that, I think, just concentration on really solid technique, and as a result, she just looks so freed up. Surfers are coming to it from the other side, where they're learning not to fall.
True.
But Sal, not making too many mistakes at the moment, but really needs a quality wave to put an excellent score on the board. And Bronte has just gifted her priority at the worst possible moment for the Western Australian. This wave's pushing wide though, and Sal might not ride it all the way through. She is going to commit. So she needs to do some big turns on the inside to convert this into a 7.11. She goes to that reverse again. That was under the lip, very critical, and she hangs onto it. So a little bit more of the same from early on. Maybe a little less smooth, Ross, but I think the section was more critical.
I like the fact, you know, we've seen Andy Irons used to always go to that move, Josh Kerr, Jeremy Flores, and you really have to commit to that, grabbing that rail and just huck that tail towards the beach. It's really tough to do. You got to have good hips, good knees. You know, got to be injury-free. It's kind of a tough maneuver, and she made it look really easy. As you said, she looked like she was going to kick out, and then she said, you know what, I'm going to commit and just go ham on my last maneuver. And she got it done. But I agree, you know, it wasn't quite as clean as she would have liked, but she got a score out of it.
Sometimes they just connect,
yeah, and
you get two big steep walls to sink into. Here we go, Sally's up again. Chasing a 7.11. Good looking wall. So this is just that point in the ride where Sal's just trying to get some speed. Solid finish. Getting a bit of release out of that floater. It would have felt nice. Is it going to go excellent though, Ross?
She liked it. She gave her like a late claim. We'll see if Bronte maybe overthinking it, or maybe she simply kicked out.
Well, Sally's previous ride came in at a 6.3, so it wasn't enough. She needs a 7.11 from that last wave. The injury replacement for Lakey Peterson has put a couple of solid scores on the board, an 8 and a 6.17. She's been trying to get rid of that 6.17 for some time though. And meanwhile, Sally Fitzgibbons is just right behind her, just chasing her down with every wave.
So we're still waiting for this score, Ronnie. This is the judges are deliberating right there. This is the score we're waiting for her to drop. She needs a 7.11. I think she's going to get it. You know, I like the opening cutback, a couple of connection type of moves there, but very clean surfing, a nice big set wave. It was overhead. Seems like it's going to be there, but we'll have to wait.
Sally Fitzgibbons just recently was named the Australian Performer of the Year at the Hall of Fame Awards here, the Surfing Hall of Fame Awards. And that is the reason why. She has been at the top of the game for a long, long time now, and really loving those grab rail reverses to finish these waves off. Her previous ride came in at a 6.5, so she's been falling short. And that wave she just took there, it was an insider.
So she's got another chance at it here. Replay of Bronte now. She's got great wave selection there, a nice big overhead wave, clean snap, and she dug a rail on that second bottom turn. So a bit of a mistake there. She's leaving that door open. And here we go, Sally. Watch this bottom turn right here. Really good technique. Wow. She gets a lot of board in the water. I think that's one of her biggest improvements. She's got a lot of rail in the water on that bottom turn. It's enabled her to get that really steep pivot up into the face. She's got a much more aggressive angle on those off the tops.
4.5 minutes to go, and Sally is looking for a 7.11 from that last wave. The number has just come through, and she has taken the lead, a 7.87, and Sally, for the first time, Ross, had the opportunity to do more than a couple of big turns, and it paid off.
So with that, is he selling it, or is he straight up just looking at a closeout and saying, you know what, maybe I'll get the score right here?
It just works for him, either way. Well, here we go. This is Bronte. Now, she needs a 6.94. It's not a huge number. She's already had an 8 in this heat, and she's got a nice looking wall stretched out in front of her. Drives up into the pocket, and she is going to get more chances to attack the lip. There's a solid hit, and bashes it again, still powering down the line. This is going to be a solid score already, and she's not finished. She likes the feel of it. 1 minute remaining, and Sally Fitzgibbons, she will hear the cheers on the beach. And Bronte, she won't have time to get back out there, so she will be standing on the shoreline just hoping the ocean goes to sleep.
Put that stat back on the burner. What is it?
Hasn't had a round 2 exit in 8 years of competition.
Wow, it's back in play.
60% of the time, Ross, you get it right all the time.
That's pretty good.
20 seconds remaining in this heat, and Bronte is waiting for the scores to drop. And it is going to be a big number, an 8.5 for the Western Australian. Sally Fitzgibbons looking at her worst ever finish in a CT event. And we are counting this one down. 5, 4, 3,
Wow.
2, 1.
That's impressive. That's the depth of the field right there, because Sally's been ripping in this event, and she just got handed a loss.